YouTube. Welcome to another episode of IndieCent Exposure. My name is Isaac, and I'm here with my co-host James. For today's episode, we have on special guest Leander. How are you going?
It's going pretty good here.
Now, for today's episode, we're taking a look at your game, Saving Mr. Sparkles. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's called Saving Mr. Sparkles.
Righto. Okay, let's get into it. So that's the main mechanic of this game, is that everything is based on momentum. So how would you describe it?
So it's basically all about ramp jumps. So as you can see here, like you're not able to make that jump at all. The way you do it is right like that. When the biggest thing is like when you jump and you land on a ramp, like your momentum gets converted. Like you have some speed falling, and that speed like partially gets converted into like horizontal momentum, so you can gain a lot of speed. And it works also the other way around. If you horizontally jump against a ramp really fast, then you jump higher. And yeah, that's basically the core mechanic.
So did you work on this project, like, was this just a spare time project, or did this occupy 100% of your focus while you were making it?
Well, I started working on this like when I lost my job. So I lost my job, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna spend a few months, like 3 months, something like that, working on this full time, and then I'm gonna find a new job. So at the start, for I guess 2 or 3 months, I worked on this like full time to get all the basic stuff in there, to have like a working, like an MVP, have something that works, have a little game with level editor and everything. And then I started like doing it more slowly, looking for a job, and then like while I had a job, working on the weekends and stuff like that.
Do you work as a programmer in your career otherwise?
Yeah, I'm a web developer.
Right, so was this a different experience to what you'd worked on previously, or do you feel like it slipped right into your portfolio?
Professionally, this what I do professionally is way different than this. Well, like we've done some in some case you can say like programming's programming, but with game development you do a lot of stuff that you would never do in web development or in any other programming job.
So we're seeing some
What do you
difficulty
think?
here in this one. So how difficult does this game get?
So like if you look at the start, like Super Meat Boy starts way easier than this, because like the first level in Super Meat Boy, all you have to do is like wall jump. You can't even die. You just do a few jumps and you're there. It's like super easy, like your grandma could do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like a few levels later, it gets pretty hard.
Yeah.
With my game, it gets hard faster. Pretty much, like actually a lot of people are already struggling with the first level, right? Because the thing is, this game has a learning curve right from the start, which is not really what you want. For example, with Super Meat Boy, you know, like I said, it starts super easy and slowly gets harder, so you can get used to it. With this game, I really tried to do the same, but you're immediately forced to like learn the game mechanic, the ramp jumps.
Would you say that those games, particularly Celeste, were an inspiration to you when making this?
No, not really. Like my inspiration actually came from Quake. So in Quake in Quake it's a very minor thing, but there you have those ramp jumps, right? So if you land on a ramp, you get basically the same effect as in this game, just not as much.
Oh boy.
Are you the sole developer of this then?
Yeah, I developed this all by myself. Although I did get some help with the art. So like the level art I did myself, which was actually not planned. I was actually planning to like get some artists and let them go nuts, and then yeah, basically get into the whole thing together. But that didn't really work out, so I did that myself. And then the characters I bought from someone, and also the music, of course, I didn't do myself. I'm like just I can program, and other than that, no, I can't do that much. So yeah.
Were they like? What was your interaction like with the artists? Were they surprised when you approached them with the idea of a game, or did they already know? Well, like, did you find them in a environment wherein they were delivering art to game developers as a norm?
I just got on Reddit and posted some stuff, and then a whole bunch of artists approached me with their offers, and yeah, then I picked one of those who I liked and wasn't also not too expensive, because I've also not done any crowdfunding, so I've paid everything like out of my own pocket. So yeah, I didn't want to go too nuts.
If you were to work on your next project, I don't know, I hope you stay in your current job, but if you did decide to start a new project, do you think you would work by yourself again, or that you would try and find a team to help you?
Not sure. I actually have started prototyping again for a different game, and the current idea is to have like a minimalistic style. To yeah, have like make it easier for myself and basically allow me to focus on the fun part. But yeah, maybe if I want to like decide like, okay, this is a good game, or people might like this and I want to release it, then maybe I could see if I could team up with someone to make some proper art for the game. And I don't know, maybe even get more people on board. But it's just like this. It will be a hobby project, so you'll have to find people who also want to do this just for fun. And most people who want to do it for fun, they only want to work on their own stuff. So yeah, that might be hard. But we'll see.
Let's cross over to James. I'm sensing a small amount of frustration, or relief at least, at finishing that level.
Oh, certainly relief on that last one. Yeah, that was starting to get to me a bit, that one.
Is it a gratification or relief, do you think? Like, are you sitting now thinking, thank God I don't have to do that again? Or, I'm so proud of myself for having done that?
Well, I think the flow of the game really does add gratification as well as relief, because it is actually quite almost a beautiful thing when you do manage to do something well. It's very satisfying when you manage to use the mechanics right.
So what drew you to making a game? Obviously you were let go from your job and you can do any number of things. What made you decide, yeah, I'm going to make a game?
Just because it's fun.
It's fun to play games.
Yeah, it's also fun to make games, at least at the start, right? Because like finishing a project, oh, that's hard, man. But
tell me about it. This is our second episode.
So basically there's two things that's really difficult. It's like the start and then finishing it. Everything in between basically is the easiest. For me, especially the easiest is like when I got something up and running, and then I can work on implementing the gameplay, because that is like what I really enjoy. And then after that, it starts becoming actual work. It starts to become a chore, and you really have to push yourself to finish it. And it's also always more than you think, the finishing part.
How much of that frustration at finishing the project do you think came from the fact that you were the sole person working on this? Do you feel like you were working on a part of the game that you just weren't interested in anymore? Or do you think it was just that the appeal had worn off?
Yeah, I guess, because most of the final work was also art, which I'm not good at, and I don't enjoy it. So I also made it like in a way that I could basically like do it in a repeatable way and make it it's basically like became like some numbing work, just doing the same thing over and over. And yeah, that was pretty boring. I did not really enjoy working on the art. Like I said, I really enjoy working on the gameplay. Actually, this level, I made this because during testing, people were kept struggling with like the mechanics, and this one basically really forces you to do the half pipe thing, which is like really important, and it really helps you learn the core mechanic. So this whole level is just half pipes.
So what was the process like for you making a level? Did you start with an idea to like, oh, I want to level this entirely half pipes, or did you just start playing around?
Both. For example, this one was just like, yeah, I had the whole plan, and other times I had like one small idea, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna put this idea here, and then I'm gonna make a level around it, basically. And other times I just had no idea, and I just start making it and see if I come up with something nice, basically doing it to get inspiration.
Which of those two design philosophies do you think created the better levels that you found from playtesting?
When I had like a small idea for like one part of the level, and because that's also what I was the most excited about. I had like one idea which I was like really excited about, so I implement that and then make the rest of the level around it. I think those are the nicest levels.
Can you get infinite momentum from one half pipe just by going back and forth?
No, it's not possible. At some point you just can't get any more. It's not like a hard limit programming, like, okay, you can't go faster than like 50 units per second or something. It's just, yeah, the quote-unquote physics.
Oh, this is exciting.
This is a lot more exciting. Shame I can't do a really basic jump now.
I'm loving the almost sea shanty vibes of the song in the background. Oh, the dogs
I
just
like
go
the
straight
dogs.
past you. Alright.
Yeah,
Well, the
basically
dogs
Sending it with
are
an
like 3
absolute
different
malice.
replays of me, basically. So they have a set path, and then they just go past you.
Right, I'm noticing some of the dogs are jumping. So did you have to record like multiple dogs running through
Yeah.
this, or
I think it's 3 different recordings, like which like just start at a set
staggered
interval.
times? Right.
Oh my god. You're kidding.
Yeah, the final level of each stage like gives you a bit of a challenge.
Oh my god.
Actually, that
Oh,
last
yeah.
part is
Easy.
really easy. It's way easier than it looks.
No, you're already dead.
No.
You don't actually have to jump going into that half pipe. You can just walk to the left side and then start jumping. That makes it a lot easier. Yeah, like that.
Oh no. Oh, it is a nice bit of comic relief seeing the dogs though. That's quite funny to see it. That's not gonna get old. Seeing the dog rainbow underneath me.
So we've already kind of covered this, but it's pretty clear that the only people who would really play this through were the really committed players. Does that trouble you at all? Did you ever want to make the game more accessible, or are you just happy with it being a little passion project that you enjoy and it doesn't need to help anybody else?
Yeah, I mean, I did try to make the game more accessible, but yeah, I knew from the start that this game was not going to be for
Oh, what am I
everyone,
doing?
and I mainly focused on like making the game that I wanted to play. So actually, like for a next game that I would be working on, I'd probably do something that's like a bit more accessible. But for this game, I just really wanted to do what I liked, and I'll probably lose money because of it, but yeah, it's fine. I really enjoy it.
So, in terms of marketing, what have you done for this game? This, obviously.
Yeah. contacting YouTubers and hope they answer, and posting on Twitter and Reddit, like posting some gifs and stuff, and that's pretty much it. I also didn't want to overdo it because I absolutely hate advertising.
As in, you hate it when you have to advertise, or you hate it when people advertise there?
Both, I guess, because most advertisements that you see online isn't like relevant to you. But also, yeah, I hate doing advertising. It's not fun. I just want to make the game, and I want to make games. I want to play games. The rest, don't care much.
Yet another reason why working in a team might be a good idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, so we're going to wrap it up here. If you want to see more of the game and the other 2 stages, feel free to buy the game. Is it out on Steam now?
No, the 29th this month.
Alright, sure. I'll leave a link on screen and in the description to the game if you want to play for yourself or support the development. Otherwise, please subscribe if you'd like to see more of IndieCent exposure, or send us your game if you'd like to be featured. Adios, YouTube.
See you later.